shining, time to rise and grind. Coffee brewing, Rich Rockwell's on my mind. Mics are hot, got that energy flowing. DJ in the booth and the laughter keeps growing. Wrestling announcer spitting lines so quick, like with a football game. And he's a play-by-play slick. Torch in his hand, now he's running the show. Funny man vibes, got that endless flow. Guests lined up, bring them one by one. From the ring to the field, oh, this day's just begun. Rich Rockwell, the morning vibe, feel that beat. With the whole tuning in, let the laughter compete. Football plays, wrestling tales, it's all about the zest. This show is for the people, man, we're bringing our best. Yeah, I step up bringing our best. So, we're bringing our best. So, we're bringing our best. Yeah. From local legends to stars on the rise. Every week a new voice, endless surprise. Rich keeps it rolling like a perfect pass. Jokes on deck, no worries, just laugh it off fast. Rolling through topics, touch on culture and more. Life's a ring, man, we're ready to score. Got fans in the stands, hear them shout and cheer. Rich hooks us close like a friend always near. Rich Rockwell, the morning vibe, feel that beat. With the whole tuning in, let the laughter compete. Football plays, wrestling tales, it's all about the zest. This show is for the people, man, we're bringing our best. So come on in, it's a party, no regrets. From the mat to the mic, here's the freshest sense. Rich is your guide in this audio race. With laughter and wisdom, it's the ultimate space. So what's next on our list? Bring the fun, don't you fret. With our DJ Rich Rockwell and Terrio, don't miss a beat. Each episode's a journey where we laugh and we cheer. So strap in tight, folks, the show's pumped up here. Rich Rockwell, the morning vibe, feel that beat. With the whole tuning in, let the laughter compete. Football plays, wrestling tales, it's all about the zest. This show is for the people, man, we're bringing out best. Yeah, man, we're bringing out best. Yeah, man, we're bringing out best. Yeah, I said we're bringing out best. Why?
Know when you see 'em, 'cause they're so real. Already know exactly how you feel. See the head, not like seeing a steeple. You damn well know they're one of the people. Nobody breaks us, nobody made us, and no one can take this 'cause we got their fix. We are the people, we are the people, we are the people, don't mess with this.
What's up, gang? Tactical Turkey here to tell you about the return of the Executioner and the Wheel of Pain. We've got some new additions here to the wheel. I'll try to go over them real quick. One of them I've got here is spin and gift. So whoever, say Ontario spins and he lands on this, he gets to spin it again, and whatever it lands on, Rich gets. And we've still got pick and share. You land on that, you pick one, and you give it to the other one. Kind of the same thing. Daily double. You spin it again, and you take it twice. Then we got one. Wax it. You land on this one, you got to take a wax strip to your chest or your back. Your choice. We've still got spin again. Tortilla slap. We've got loser's choice. Turkey tonic, or you've got to wear a lingerie top for an entire episode. We still got wrestling paintball. And the blank spot here is for the kendo stick. Rich has that on the desk. So, we've added a little clicker up here again. The wheel is back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that'd be a pick and share. Oh, that's a bad one. You pick anything on the board and give it to the other one. Anyways, guys, the wheel is back. The Executioner is back. Tune in next week to Rich and the People. Find out how it all goes down. Tactical Turkey. I'll see you guys.
Finally, the Wheel of Pain has come back to Rich and the People. There you go. Tactical Turkey has it back up, and he's going to be bringing it next week. Y'all saw that kicking us off there. Have some new options added to it that having to wear lingerie throughout an entire episode is, if I get a pick and share, that's the first one I'm going to give Ontario. How's everybody doing this morning? Happy hump day! It's Wednesday. We've made it just a couple more days. We can make it till Friday. Joining me today, my guest co-host, Peter Van with The Peter Van Show. You can catch him live every Sunday on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at 4 o'clock p.m. How you doing, Peter?
I am fantastic. That wheel is nightmare fuel. I was watching that little video going through. I am glad I'm only pinch hitting.
Man, you should come
I
on.
want to point something out real quick this morning. Look what I did for you.
I saw that, man. I saw that. I was just about to talk about that. That looks awesome, man. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that. But yeah, man, that wheel of pain, man, you'll learn some valuable lessons from it for sure. I've learned how to take a kendo stick shot and have a kendo stick broke over my back, taser shot, paintballs, man. It'll provide you some real life experiences.
No,
What's up?
no.
Roll call, everybody. For the tribe, for the travelers. What's up, Tactical? What's up, Wendy? Wendy is on her way back home. So I believe she's going to be rolling in town tomorrow. You probably might see her on tomorrow. Might see her on a little bit next week, depending on how long she's in town for. But Turkey says, Rich learned to not be late. Yeah, as much as possible. Sometimes traffic happens. But yeah, if we old rule used to be if we had to miss an episode, we had a technical difficulty, or if we showed up late, that was an automatic wheel spin, man. So good morning, Brad Elkins, everybody on YouTube saying what's up. What's up, Facebook? Ontario Hill on Facebook says, what's up, y'all? Still sick here. I seen that, and I'll say it again. I'll do everything on there but two things. I'm trying not to be weird. He said, but two of those things I can't do. He said, I'll do everything but the stun gun or the bikini dress up. Nah, man, you can pick. You can either not have pain or you can't do embarrassment. You can't pick and choose which ones, man. It's the wheel. It chooses for you. It's to open you up to new experiences.
I now want to see him take a stun gun with a bikini on.
See? People want to see it, Ontario. They want to see you take a stun gun while wearing a bikini top. And that's fine. You don't have to wear a bikini top. Just some lingerie. Maybe go to Victoria's Secret. Maybe we'll record it. We could go together. And why that sounds weird, but we could go to Victoria's Secret or something and be like, hey, my co-host here needs some lingerie, We'll record it for the people. There you go. Oh man, let's get into some news, man. First off, before we do that, because I'm still pulling up some things here. What'd you end up getting into last night, man? Anything fun?
Oh no, I took some of my medications and man, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I passed out 7 o'clock. I'm just on full on 49-year-old infancy. I went to bed at 7 o'clock last night.
Dang. Well, let's go ahead and, like I said, man, let's go ahead and dive into some news. This one I caught yesterday, and man, this is a touching story, though luckily everybody survived. A plane touched down on a busy Georgia road. It struck 3 vehicles, but only minor injuries were sustained by everybody involved. A single-engine plane made an emergency landing on a busy road in Georgia, striking 3 vehicles and leaving 2 people with minor injuries, authorities said, after the pilot told air traffic controllers to let his wife and parents know that he loved them. The Hawker Beechcraft Bonanza landed Monday on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville, about 50 miles northeast of Atlanta. It was headed to Cherokee County Regional Airport in Canton, but the pilot turned back after experiencing problems with the engine just after departure. The plane didn't have enough power to make it to the airport, so the pilot landed on the road, saying, quote, "I think we're not going to make it," air traffic audio recorded. "Please tell my wife Molly I love her and my parents. I love them so much. More than 10 minutes later, we're going to be fine," as heard on the recording. "We lost our engine taking off out of Gainesville," pilot Thomas Rogers told TV outlets. "We tried to glide back, did everything by the book, but realized we weren't going to make it back with how far out we were, so we came down on the road." The plane struck 3 cars, dislodging a fuel tank into one of them. 2 people were taken to a hospital with minor injuries. He said the fact that they were able to land in the middle of hundreds of vehicles and only hit 3 of them and no power lines is very remarkable. Holbrook said, noting that the road is one of the main arteries through northeast Georgia. The fact that no one was seriously injured or killed is just astonishing. So yeah, man, what a great ending to a crazy story there. Thank God everybody survived, but still, how scary, man. You're just driving along. We talked about this before because there was a video where like a plane was landing on a highway and ended up, hitting a roof of a car and then bouncing off. But dude, I don't know, man. I'll be turning around and going back home. I'm driving down the road and all of a sudden just a plane lands right in front of me on the highway.
Thank goodness for dash cams. That's all I'm saying. I mean,
yeah, insurance would never believe it.
I feel a little bad because I watched that video at first and I'm like, oh, this is another one of those AI generated fake news story deals, whatever. And I looked at the damage of some of the cars and I'm like, oh my gosh, a plane landed on a highway and that's all those cars sustained. It really wasn't that bad.
Right. Crazy though, because it could have been so much worse. Let's see, Mikey G from Dad's After Dark on. He said, "Good morning on a conference call, but just wanted to say what's up. Have a great day." Ontario says, "I love you guys, but I will not put on women's clothing." We'll see, man. We'll see. Tackle said the video of that plane is wild. And good morning, Eric Bowmaster from Midlothian, Virginia. Tactile says, I think it'd be worse to see a plane in your rearview mirror. I mean, either way, I'm going to be shocked. Like, I'm driving down the road and all of a sudden I see a plane in my rearview mirror, a plane in front of me just land. Like, and I survive it with only minor injuries. I'm going to go play the lottery after that, man. Like, for sure.
Well, the good news is for those that were running late or didn't make it to work, they have video proof now on the news and everything that's like that.
You think your boss would buy that excuse, man? Like, hey, boss, I'm going to be a little bit late. Why? What are you late again for? Well, look, man, it's not me. There's a plane that landed on the highway right in front of me. I swear to God.
Yeah. Turn on the news, dummy. That's why I'm late.
Oh, man, let's go to New Orleans. The Louisiana National Guard confirmed Monday that one of its soldiers left a service rifle in a bathroom on Bourbon Street while on patrol in the New Orleans French Quarter, one of the city's busiest tourist districts. About 350 National Guard soldiers are currently assigned to patrol the area as an added layer of security. On Sunday night, one guardsman went into the Lafayette Hotel on Bourbon Street to use the bathroom. A picture posted on social media shows what he left behind, and it wasn't just a big log. It was his service rifle leaning against the sink. Residents and workers in the area who saw the post expressed concern over what could have happened. One says, quote, I kind of feel bad for him because that's one of the main rules of being in the Army. I would think is you're always supposed to have your weapon in your hands and not in somebody else's. The incident raised additional concerns because of last year's attack in the French Quarter. And of course, that remains fresh in many people's minds. Another quote says, anybody who figured that they wanted to be a hero or do another attack on the French Quarter could have easily been bad, said Benji, who works in the neighborhood. A National Guard spokeswoman confirmed the incident. Lieutenant Colonel Noel Collins said the weapon was returned to the Louisiana National Guard and the soldier and incident are being handled internally. Bob Sims, who lives in the French Quarter and co-founded the French Quarter Task Force, called it an unfortunate mistake. Yeah, I think so. Says, quote, these guardmen are here for an extended period of time and they're working many, many hours a day. You see them all the time going backwards and forward on foot, just making the area safer. So it's a mistake. It's a pity it happened, but mistakes happen, Sims said. National Guard patrols in the air began in December and are expected to continue through the end of February. How the hell are you just going to pass it off as just like a, oopsie, hey, we just left a gun that could have caused, a mass shooting to start or anything. Yeah, we just left it sitting there next to the toilet. My bad. Look, I was sitting down. I was pinching a log off. Taking care of business, scrolling Facebook. Man, I got distracted and left my gun sitting there. My bad. My bad.
I'm saying it's an entire rifle. I'm right there with you. Like if I forget my glasses, I know. Oh, wait a minute, I'm missing something.
Right,
That's
right. Like
8 pounds of weaponry.
You didn't walk out of there and go like, man, I think maybe I forgot something back there. I'm not sure.
I'm more concerned that the National Guard was in New Orleans, and then I just looked. Mardi Gras actually starts next Tuesday. So imagine if that happened next week.
Oh man, could you? Oh geez, we would have been talking about a whole different story here. What's up, David Murphy? What's up, T Mac? She says, "Good morning, beautiful people. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. We love you and miss you too." Tactical says, "You don't forget your piece. Put them in the brig." Yeah, dude. As soon as I read that story, like, remember the movie Full Metal Jacket?
Oh yes.
Yeah, like, could you imagine that drill sergeant man reading that story? Like, he'd be going off. David Murphy says, "Ask Patrick about someone else using your firearm in the Army." I guess I'll have to talk to him about that one. We'll see. But moving right along, man. Of course, we've been talking about it, and Valentine's Day just a couple of days away here. So apparently, there's been a new dating platform that was created by students at Stanford with $2 million in funding. It says that Stanford romance now arrives on a Tuesday night timer. The campus is flocking to a new app created called Date Drop, a student-built matchmaking platform that promises algorithm-picked matches every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Created last fall by grad student Henry Weng, the site runs students through 66 questions on values, lifestyle, and politics, then matches them with other students based on compatibility scores. Students can also recommend couples, boosting their odds of matching. Dorms reportedly go quiet as students refresh, then turn to forums to discuss their matches, or alternatively head out on a date. One campus cafe hands out free drinks to pairs on their first Date Drop meetup. Date Drop has pulled in more than 5,000 Stanford users at a school with about 7,500 undergrads. The appeal, students say, is that it outsources the scary part of asking someone out in an environment obsessed with achievement and short on free time. As one junior put it, "I would be sad if my soulmate was here and I didn't find them." The tool has already expanded to 10 other universities and raised $2.1 million, even as it faces a cease and desist from Stanford-born rival Marriage Pact over allegedly similar questions and branding. Wang, a computer science student who created Date Drop after developing a senior-only campus dating game last year, stands by his product. So, man, just whatever happened to the old days of going to a party and meeting somebody there? Now they got apps and algorithms, and I've always said somebody just needs to come out and create a dating app and just put everything all together and just call it What's Left.
Date Drop, making arranged marriages cool again. You know what the problem is it's Stanford. And I don't mean to stereotype people, but nerds have a tendency to be introverts. So they got to figure out a way to extrovert themselves. And I guess this was their solution.
I guess that's what Tactical said. He said, wait, so they got $2 million for creating the 5,061st dating app? I think we should do a RATP dating app. I think so, man. Yeah, we can match people up. That'd be great.
I want to make one for people with low IQs and call it Okay Stupid.
Okay, stupid. I would be.
By the way, I'm more awake this morning. Can you tell?
Right. I'd definitely be a top user on that one, man. This is a story, man. Before we get into this, man, I sent this out to the group yesterday, and I want to preface this by saying, like, there's a lot of I feel like there's a lot of political undertone to this article. I asked people, I said, do you think it's too political for us to report about? Because it's wild, man. It's wild. And I read the story. Maybe I missed something yesterday. Maybe we'll figure it out today. So we'll just dive into this, man. This is in Texas. A Texas man will not, again, I say will not, face charges after gunning down his daughter after they got in a heated argument about President Trump. Reading this directly from the article. Lucy Harrison, who was visiting from the UK, died of her wounds after the 23-year-old was shot in the chest back in January at her father's home in Prosper, located around 35 miles north of Dallas. Again, this is Texas. Her dad, Chris Harrison, who moved to the U.S. when his daughter was a child, admitted during an inquest that he was an alcoholic who had relapsed and drank 3 glasses of wine on the day of the shooting. Lucy's death was initially being investigated by local cops as a possible manslaughter case, but no criminal charges were ultimately brought against the father after a Collin County grand jury decided against indicting him. She was traveling to the U.S. with her boyfriend, Sam Littler, who later told a court the dad and daughter had a big argument about Trump a few days before he was set to be inaugurated for a second term. Chris and Lucy frequently bristled at her father's conservative leanings, particularly they purchased a Glock 9mm handgun a few years earlier. The argument started when Lucy pressed her father about an unspecified hypothetical scenario regarding a woman who had been sexually assaulted. How would you feel if I was the girl in the situation and I'd been sexually assaulted? She asked her father. According to Littler, Chris shot back that it wouldn't upset him that much because he had 2 other daughters who were living with him. Who cares if you go get sexually assaulted? I got 2 other daughters just right here under the roof. It was not immediately clear how Trump factored into the back and forth, but his callous response made Lucy quite upset, and she stormed upstairs. Later that day, a few minutes before they were going to leave for the airport, Lucy's father took her hand and led her into the bedroom on the ground floor of the home. 15 seconds later, Littler said he heard a loud bang, followed by Chris screaming for his wife Heather, according to the outlet. Quote, I remember running into the room, and Lucy was lying on the floor near the entrance to the bathroom, and Chris was just screaming, just sort of nonsense. According to Chris's statement to the police, he'd been watching the news and offered to show her his gun after a segment on gun violence. He says, quote, as I lifted the gun to show her, I suddenly heard a loud bang. I did not understand what had happened. Lucy immediately fell. Admitting he couldn't recall if his finger was on the trigger. He said he had battled alcoholism, including a stint in rehab, and that he'd been drinking before the shooting took place. Police officers noted in their evidence report that they smelled alcohol on Chris's breath when they responded to the call. Chris said he fully accepted the consequences of his action and that there isn't a day I don't feel the weight of that loss, a weight I will carry for the rest of my life. That was a statement he made through his attorney. Lucy's mother, Jane, described her daughter as a real force of life. She cared. She was passionate about things. She loved to have debates about things that meant a lot to her. That's where the story ends. I mean, and I get it. It sounds like it was accidental. It sounds like he didn't mean for the gun to go off. It did. There was an accident of some sort. It sounds like there was an argument and he was trying to prove a point. This didn't stem from the argument necessarily. But again, how do you Sorry, I'm just reading some comments here. Like, to me, it just feels like there's more that's more than what's being reported in that story. Like,
Yeah.
hey, how
Well,
does that happen and you don't get charged? Like, how does a grand jury go, oh, well, because to me, the way they wrote it, honestly, I'll say how it sounds. It sounds like they're saying, hey, they got into an argument over Trump, father shot and killed daughter, and grand jury's letting him off. That's what it sounds like.
yeah, we're missing a few pieces here to this story, absolutely for sure.
Something. Little Doggy says she had to have attacked him. T-Mac says shady as fuck story. Someone's lying. Turkey says same thing. There's more to this story than being reported, or the guy should be facing charges. An alcoholic relapse is no excuse for these actions. I agree. I agree, man. It seems like everything is lined up to say that this guy should be charged. You killed your daughter. Accident or not, man, like, and I get you feel bad about it, and yes, you know, unfortunately, gun accidents happen. That's why we have gun safeties. That's why you should have a lock on your gun. That's why, but, again, like, there's a line of things here. You're a recovering alcoholic. You admitted you relapsed. You admitted you had 3 glasses of wine, and then this accident happened.
I just don't I don't understand the alcohol and gun factor to begin with. Like, why would you even? I have several firearms in my house. It's no secret. A lot of people know that. But I've also drank a lot in my house, and never was my first thought of having. When you're a little intoxicated, you get into some heated arguments and heated debates. But
Absolutely.
never have I thought, oh, I'm going to go get my gun because we're having a gun control debate. I'm pretty sure I've had one or two while drinking around with my friends or whatever, but never, oh, let me go prove a point and just pull my firearm out. That's
right.
Yeah, there's something missing.
Little Doggy says he probably would have slapped the blue out of her hair. I could understand a physical altercation over an argument. Again, not saying that I agree with it, but I'm saying that I could see in a family, in a family setting where something like that could turn into it. Tactical says people have been executed for less, but no charges at all. Yeah, none at all. Which just shocks the fuck out of me, honestly.
Well, I mean, we also have to take into scope, it is Texas we're talking about, too.
I mean, this is true. That is true. But still, man, absolutely shocking. And there's a picture of her very, very beautiful woman. I mean, had her whole life in front of her. It's sad, man. That it's not certainly not the time and place to be having a gun discussion after you've been drinking, especially when hey, you just relapsed, so you're probably, you're already not in the right headspace, I would think, being an addict, knowing that you relapsed, and then this going on. I just feel like there's so much more to the story.
So, pulling back a little bit from the subject matter of the story, I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm going to try to make this as least political as possible. What happened to the days, and this is just a general inquest, because it really just bothers me to the pit of my stomach. What happened to the days of just disagreeing with one another and moving on?
Right.
And, carrying another subject around and just hanging around with your friends and just disagreeing and moving on to something else and still hanging out with them.
Used to be that's what people bonded over.
Yes, we've gone so far this way or that way in what we believe in that we're unfriending people we've known for years and doing stuff like this, and we've just gone crazy. We really, honestly, as a people, have just gone mad.
I will totally give you that. I'll totally give you that. Little Doggy says he probably should have been charged with negligent homicide unless Texas doesn't, have that as a law. You know what? I'm going to look that up. But no, I absolutely agree with you, man. I mean, that's, we've always said that, and I've said that many times, that, back in our day of being kids, we had a disagreement with somebody, especially a buddy of yours or a friend, you two guys, you step out or meet up after, after the bell of school, meet out behind the school or something, throw a couple punches, get in a fight, then everybody breaks it up, y'all make up, and usually end up being best friends afterwards.
I mean, even you're talking about school, I'm talking in my adult life. I can remember having heated discussions with my friends at 20, in my 20s, and we wouldn't talk to each other for hours, but then the next day we'd be right on the phone with them. Hey, you want to go hang out again tonight? It's just insane that the minute somebody has an opposite thought of you now, it just escalates so bad.
I was just looking here. It does say, yes, Texas law includes a statute for criminally negligent homicide. A person commits this felony offense if they cause the death of an individual by criminal negligence, such as failing to perceive a substantial and unjustifiable risk that a reasonable person would have recognized. I mean, it seems to me like that matches up pretty well.
I don't know. I don't
know, man. It's absolutely crazy. Tackle said, I've had enough, Rich. Meet me outside.
Nice.
T-Mac says, the problem is people can't have adult conversations and learn to agree to disagree. Again, I absolutely, I do agree with that statement. We were just saying that. Exactly. Like, it's become this obsession of, no, I have to be right. You have to agree with what I'm saying. You have to see my point of view. This is my world. You're just living in it.
Yeah. Well, and not to sound like a curmudgeon or an 85-year-old man, I really, truly, truly blame the internet sometimes, and the comment section has done this. It's given us this false sense of bravado, because when we write that stuff down, you think, nobody's here to really argue with me, and that's it. And I honestly think that carries over into real life to where it's just, I'm right, you're wrong, that's it.
Or the opposite side of that equation, where I'm behind a keyboard, you can't see me, you don't know who I am, you don't know what I look like, I can say whatever I want to you. I'm going to be a keyboard warrior.
Yep.
Absolutely ridiculous, man. Just crazy. All right, let's do this real quick. We'll be back here in just a minute.
Built with alloy and high-tech microchips, silicone skin and unparalleled grip, equipped with only state-of-the-art hydrogen battery powers my heart. All functions normal. Of course, it's without a doubt, I'm made with bolts and screws. Functionality is what I'm about. So what explains my feelings for you? Memory loaded. I came off the assembly line from Quadrant 301 Blue, manufactured by Cyberdyne. Every part installed brand new. Diagnostics indicate all systems fine, but something must be wrong because I'm in love with you. Diagnostics re-engaged. I'm not programmed for emotion, but my circuits are flooded with feelings. My sensors detect no corrosion. In no way should I find you appealing. Scan for errors. I have no glands that make me sweat. Nothing in my coding to create desire. So why does the back of my neck feel wet and my processor feel like fire? No moisture detected. I came off the assembly line from Quadrant 301 Blue, manufactured by Cyberdyne. Every part installed brand new. Diagnostics indicate all systems fine, but something must
Dismantled is all I can do. It's the only way to fight love. Activate Crusher. I came off the assembly line from Quadrant 301 Blue. Manufactured by Cyberdyne. Every part installed brand new. Diagnostics indicate all systems fine. But something must be wrong because I'm in love with you. Goodbye, universe. Goodbye, Feltry. Goodbye to unreal dreams about you and me. And I just wanna tell you before I'm gone that system erase! System erase!
What's up, guys? Tactical Turkey here with the Rich and the People podcast, here to tell you about our sponsor, Mike's Smoked Salt Seasoning. Warning, Mike's smoked salts may cause uncontrollable bragging about your cooking. One sprinkle of original, and suddenly you're a backyard Gordon Ramsay. Chili lime? That's your ticket to I swear I can cook territory. And Mike's Spicy Red? Well, that one bikes back. Level up your flavor game. Grab Mike's Smoked Salt Seasonings, available on Etsy. Because bland food is a crime, and Mike's here to bail you out. Tactical Turkey, I'm out.
Welcome back. Yeah, huge shout out to Mike Woodall with Mike's Smoked Salt Seasonings. Find them on Etsy, and a huge shout out to Tactical Turkey for doing that for us. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man. So, yeah, welcome to Wednesday, everybody. Thank you all for joining us again. Just rolling on through here, man. You had a couple of stories too, I believe, right?
Yes, I did. Let's start with this one, because this one just I'm wrapping my head around it. And I used to be a fireman, so I get firehouse pranks and stuff like that. Paramedic faces charges after allegedly urinating on a supervisor's desk and ineptitude at work. This comes from Towson, Maryland. A Maryland paramedic is facing nearly 24 criminal charges. Christopher Carroll is accused of urinating in places at his workplace, including a refrigerator and a pot of chili. Everybody wants to know why. I don't have the ability to answer that question right now. His defense attorney said Thursday Carroll was denied bail. The 36-year-old suspended paramedic with the Baltimore County Fire Department is accused of filming himself at work while in uniform, purposely leaving his bodily fluids, including urine, all over the place. Wait a minute. Multiple bodily fluids, apparently. Investigators said locations included a supervisor's keyboard, a refrigerator, communal coffee creamer at the Public Safety Building in Towson, and a large ice maker at Fire Station 2 in Pikesville. Prosecutors said urinating into the ice, wiped on the scoop, and used the scoop to mix the urine throughout the ice in the ice maker before making a thumbs up gesture to the camera. Oh my gosh. In court, Carroll's defense argued he has no criminal record and self-surrendered earlier in the week after his father drove him down from Pennsylvania. The father didn't want to talk about the 23 criminal charges and long list of alleged allegations that came out during the bail hearing. The state said there was more videos showing Carroll also contaminating a carton of orange juice, hand soap in a bathroom, someone's chapstick, a can of vegetables, an air conditioning vent, and a can of scented room spray. Oakett said there's a lot of allegations to review, but they are enough for anyone sitting in the courtroom to react to. Prosecutors claim Carroll filmed himself and posted the video online in an effort to make money selling them on a subscription website. Who is paying for that?
Wow.
Who? Like I said, I was a paid fireman, and I get firehouse pranks, but that's
a little extreme. Hey, man. I mean, hey, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Apparently on everything.
There's just so much to unravel there. A, 23 allegations. B, he was selling it to a subscription website. Like, I'm not familiar with OnlyFans. Is this a thing? Like, do people really pay for that?
Apparently, man.
there
It's
we-
not. It's not OnlyFans. It's only P. Only
Oh.
peers. That is messed up though. You said a pot of chili, an orange juice carton on his desk, all
Mhm.
over the place, chapstick. I mean, lockers, the ice bin, even. That is insane, man. He's just marking his territory. That's all. That's mine. That's mine. That's mine.
What? I don't get it. Well, he could tout at 36 years old that he had no criminal record up until now.
Right. Till now.
Yeah.
Kind of brings a whole new meaning to I wouldn't piss on the fire to put you out.
Yeah, no kidding.
Apparently he
No
will on
kidding.
everything else, though.
I mean, and he's a paramedic. Like, you should know about bodily fluids and what you're doing to other people.
Right.
It makes it worse.
Oh, I'm sure he knew. I'm sure he knew exactly what he was doing. Didn't you say? You said he was suspended, right?
Well, currently suspended, yeah.
Oh, he's currently
pending-
suspended. So he wasn't. I was gonna say disgruntled employee, but he wasn't. He wasn't suspended before this incident. He just decided to walk in one day and go, you know what? It's kind of a boring, slow day. Not a lot of paramedic need today. I'm gonna go around and piss on everything, relieve myself.
I mean, I know you're not supposed to use the Q word when you're bored, but there's other ways to pass the time besides marking your territory like a 2-week-old puppy.
Saving Wednesday says, man, that dude was putting in work going on everything for real. How much water was he drinking that day, man?
Well, I mean, he definitely took that it's better to be pissed off and pissed on to a new degree. That's for sure.
Let's do a little bit of this, man. This shit ain't funny. Take it away, Luke.
Listen up now, I'll tell you a story. Without a doubt, it's kinda gory. It's the worst news you could ever hear. Things just like this make you fear. Lying lunched on a dumb guy's knee, or a big hard fuck drowning some money. Why you laughing? Why you laughing? This shit ain't funny. What? This shit ain't funny, funny. This shit ain't funny. What? So stop laughing. This shit ain't funny, what? This shit ain't funny, funny. This shit ain't funny, what? So stop laughing.
Is it just me today, or does it seem like all my buttons and things are being weird? Like, it seems like that was skipping a little bit or freezing. I don't know. Did it sound good to y'all watching? Little Doggy said, next break, I'd like to request Pickle Chip Paradise. Man, I would love to honor that request. I unfortunately don't have that song in the system. If you do, Doggy, please send it to me, and I will definitely get it loaded in. Which actually brings me to another point before we dive into the This Shit Ain't Funny segment. Earlier in the week, I had announced I was looking for a new opening theme song for the Rich and the People podcast. We haven't had a lot of submissions on that. And so, okay, it is just me. It's sounding good to everybody else. All right, thank you for saying that, because I was seeing it on my end. It looked like it was freezing. But yeah, so anyways, earlier, I believe it was late last week, Friday, I had said that we were going to start a contest for a new opening song. I have since switched that up, and so we'll announce it today, and I will be announcing it. But what we need, right? Hey, I only got the songs that I could get from the system, and not everything transferred over when we shut down, but I will do my best to try and find it. I'll get in touch with Patrick, see if he can get it to me. But again, back to the contest, what I'd like to do is open up a contest for everybody, because we need some new songs, man. I only got about maybe 15 songs out of the entire library that we had, and most of them have been played over and over. I do know we still have a few new ones. I saw on YouTube the other day that I believe it was Jay Stang 08 had submitted the 2025 words that we've played a few times. So anyways, here's the deal. Here's the contest. Come up with some new songs for us to play during our breaks and submit them. Top songs will be picked out depending on how many submissions. I'll nail it down. We can all vote. on who had the top one, and whoever creates the top AI song can make it about whatever you want, whatever style. We're going to open it up because I think doing it for just a opening theme really narrows it down. So we're going to open up the contest wide. It can be any genre, whatever you want, but create a song, send it to us. Can be AI, can be your own. Grow our library. We'll have a vote. Top created song that's submitted wins a $50 gift card to Walmart. $50 Walmart gift card. Submit those songs. Rich at richandthepeople.com, or of course you can send them to me on Facebook. Just look up Rich Rockwell. We'll run that contest for a couple weeks, and then at the end of it, we'll figure out who wins a $50 gift card. And again, $50 gift card to Walmart. All you got to do is create a song. Use whatever you want. AI, create it yourself, however. But submit those songs, rich at richandthepeople.com. So again, now back into This Shit Ain't Funny. Let's go up to Ohio. An Ohio father of 2 was found dead inside a CVS trash compactor after his wife tracked his cell phone to the store when he failed to return home from work. Andrew Strand, 34, of Brunswick, Ohio, was working as a contractor at the Shaker Heights CVS when he was found dead inside the trash compactor at the rear of the store on Wednesday. According to news outlets, a search for Strand was prompted after he failed to return home from work and his wife raised the alarm. The Shaker Heights Police Department searched the CVS premises in the 1700 block of Chagrin Boulevard after she traced his phone to the location. Shaker Heights Police Commander John Cole and Strand's wife called police just before 10 p.m. Wednesday. Cole said the circumstances surrounding the incident remain under investigation. The county medical examiner is determining the cause and manner of death. He fell in a fucking trash. I love these things. He fell in a trash compactor. He was found dead. We're going to try and figure out what killed him. The fucking trash compactor killed him. Fox News Digital has reached out to the Shaker Heights Police Department for additional comments, but haven't been able to get anything. Says Strand, who was a mechanic, had recently started his own company, which friends said he was absolutely loving. The fundraiser said Strand's death was sudden and unexpected, leaving his family in disarray. He was a mechanic for many years and played hockey for many years, influencing his son's life to love both cars and hockey. He was a loving, involved father, coached his son's hockey and baseball teams. He loved supporting his daughter in dance as well as gymnastics. His wife and children were the center of his life, and he loved them immensely. The fundraiser was organized by Danielle Gorb, who describes Strand as my husband's good friend for nearly 12 years. The funds are now being raised. The funds raised are being used to support Strand's family and Strand's funeral service. But again, man, what a horrible way to go. Sounds like a great guy, and he just got taken out with the day's trash.
One of these days, maybe it's me falling down the Law and Order well of binge watching lately. One of these days, you're going to read a story like this, and then, you said, what's the matter with that? He was pushed. One of these days, we're going to find out something like that, like he was pushed or something like that.
Right. Seriously.
Man,
Man,
what a way to go.
This was another crazy one, and this one, I'll admit, kind of funny. No injuries to report, which is always good. But Amazon's efforts to excuse me if I can talk. Amazon's effort to put deliveries in the sky hit a snag last week in a Dallas suburb. On Wednesday, one of the company's new Prime Air Mk-30 drones slammed into the side of an apartment building in Richardson, Texas, in a crash captured on video by a resident. The resident tells USA Today the drone appeared to go down almost immediately. She just happened to be filming. It sounds kind of fishy to me, but Johnson's video shows the drone disappearing from her sight, then debris and the drone itself dropping outside of her window. Johnson, who was the lady that filmed it, can be heard in the video saying, "Man down!" after the crash. She tells Fox 4 the propellers were still turning. There was a burning smell and a few sparks were visible, prompting a call to firefighters. The drone never ignited, however, and no injuries were reported. Fire crews and Amazon employees teamed up to clear the wreckage and take the drone away in a truck. Amazon hasn't publicly detailed what caused the crash. We apologize for any inconvenience and are actively investigating the cause of this accident. This is just the latest accident involving Mk-30 drones, which flying notes can haul up to 5 pounds while zipping along at nearly 75 miles per hour. Late last year, one of the units hit a cable in the Lone Star State while in October, 2 drones slammed into a construction crane within minutes of each other. So apparently this is becoming a thing.
Have you seen the size of this thing?
Oh yeah, dude, that thing's massive.
I pulled up the story when you was, talking about it, and oh my gosh, I knew Amazon had drone delivery, but I did not know that they had drones that big.
Right, and it's crazy. It takes something that big to, what did it say? It was like up to 10 pounds or something.
Something like that. Yeah, I'm looking at a guy pushing one on a cart, and folks, just to paint a picture, this thing has probably a wingspan of about 6 foot, and the body itself was probably about like 3 or 4 foot if I had to.
At least, yeah. I mean, it's a giant. I mean, you're thinking like this big, man. It's pretty freaking big.
Was that drones, AI? I'm telling you, we're gonna doom ourselves as a society.
Well, and that's what I was saying. Like, you mean to tell me there's not? I mean, I get AI, but again, there's not somebody there like that are watching these things or keeping an eye on them. I mean, I would think there's got to be some type of air traffic control for them.
My favorite is the corporate apology out of that whole story. And you pull what you want from, however, we apologize for any inconvenience. This is not a delivery van breaking down or one of your employees getting sick. Dude, an aircraft hit an entire building.
Right. Flew right into the side of it.
We apologize for any inconvenience. You're not getting your package today. One of our drones crashed.
Right.
No.
Please press 1 if you're trying to follow up on your package. Press 2 if you'd like to add delivery instructions. Press 3 if your drone has flown into the side of your building. We apologize for any inconvenience. Please hold, and a representative will be with you shortly.
Oh my gosh.
Man, a lot of people are going to be upset about their morning cup of coffee if they're patrons of this place. A Southern California coffee shop marketed as a bikini cafe has been shut down and its owners arrested after police said the Garden Grove business violated multiple city codes, including rules on public nudity and alcohol. Officers raided the Double D Cafe on McFadden Avenue on Thursday after receiving a complaint. Investigators found employees serving customers in bikinis or partially undressed, said Sergeant Nick Jensen of the Garden Grove Police Department. Authorities said the business was not licensed to sell alcohol, but did so anyways, leading to alcohol-related citations on top of other alleged violations, including public decency and business operations. 17 people were taken into custody during the enforcement action, including the cafe owners. City code enforcement officials also red-tagged the building, ordering it closed until unspecified building violations are fixed. No additional information on the specific charges or identities of those arrested. Jensen said this is not the first time the Garden Grove police have targeted a bikini-themed coffee shop and suggested investigators suspect similar establishments may be operating elsewhere in the city. Such cafes, which promote scantily clad staff as part of their business model, have prompted complaints and regulatory scrutiny in various communities nationwide. Man, I don't see a problem with it, really. I mean, these have popped up. I've seen these in Arkansas. These little bikini coffee shops, man.
Where? Asking for a friend.
There was right. There was one in Hot Springs. I don't know if it's still around, but I know it was there. I know they were under fire a while ago too for a lot of misconduct allegations and things from the owners. But again, man, like, You got these, small coffee shops. They got to figure out a way to, mom and pop coffee shops. They got to figure out a way to compete with the 7 Brews and the Starbucks of the world. I mean, hey, seeing a beautiful woman give you your coffee at the drive-thru in the morning and saying, hey, you want a little extra spice in that coffee? I can start your day off, right?
Man,
Might make me feel a little more comfortable spending $10 on a cup of coffee.
imagine if you're just innocent and just woke like half awake. I just want some coffee, and you accidentally walk into a strip club. Like,
I just got all of yours, little doggy. Thank you. What was that?
As Jamie Foxx says, blame it on the alcohol.
Right? Tactical says he's been working on his submission for the theme song. Keep on working on it, man. Send it. I'll still check it out. I just wanted to let everybody know we were going to open it up. If you're working on a theme song, definitely send it in. We'll check those out. But if you want to work on just a song submission for a break, send those in too. Little doggy just sent me a whole bunch, so I'll work on getting those in the system. But yeah, man, I mean, I understand people were offended by it, but geez, like, you're probably offended by it because you can't do it. You can't work there.
They made 17 arrests. That story says the owner of the DD Cafe could not be reached for comment. He was in jail. Of course you're not going to reach him for comment.
Hey, phone call for coffee person. Phone call for coffee. They want to know where you're at. Just absolutely ridiculous, man. I just think they got better things to worry about in California than some people serving people coffee in bikinis and stuff. I mean, it's one thing if they're like, hey, pull up to the first window for your coffee, pull up to the second window for a little something else.
You know what? I wonder I wonder where they were getting the cream for.
No! Absolutely not.
Baby.
Coffee's a little salty today. Yeah. Oh, man, as always, man, it's been great having you. Thank you so much for joining and filling in for Ontario. Ontario out sick right now with pneumonia, unfortunately, so wishing him a speedy recovery. Due to that, I imagine he'll make an announcement later. I haven't heard anything official, but I do imagine there will not be a Two Bald Guys podcast tonight, so we'll probably be back next week. But nonetheless, join us back here tomorrow, 8 a.m., Peter Van will be joining me again. I talked to you yesterday. You said you're going to kind of guest host with us for the rest of the week, right?
Yeah, sure. I could do some pinch hitting. Won't be a problem.
All right, man. Well, it's been great having you here. Been enjoying it. Of course, as always, love you all. Be safe out there. Have a great day. Remember, in the words of Mike Woodall, y'all are badasses. And I totally agree with you. This tribe for the tribalists. Love you all. Thank you all for all the support. And we will see you tomorrow. Later, everybody.
Peace.
These days, you gotta tiptoe around. Can't use words like sir or ma'am without the chance of losing part of your fam. Find it best to judge.